Hey everybody, welcome to the Cosmic Panel. Back again with a weekly poll. We haven't done this in a minute. We're taking a little break. Got a lot of backlog of videos, but we wanted to talk about the new comics coming out this week because there's a very special event coming up that we're going to talk about a little bit later. So let's get started. Lucas, what is your first pick for this week?
For my first pick for January 25th, I'm going with Blue Beetle Graduation Day, issue 3. We are getting Starfire teamed up with Jaime Reyes, and it is still building up the plot of the Reach, but we're getting other beetles. We got a yellow beetle last issue, and now we're getting a green one.
Nice.
So the plot is definitely thickening, and it's interesting to see Jaime outside of high school. He's now officially graduated, and he's now trying to figure out how to live his life while balancing being part of the Justice League.
Cool. Yeah, I definitely got to peep that then. That sounds exciting.
It's very fun. What about you?
My first pick for this week is Midnight Suns number 5. This has been a limited run that's going to be wrapping up with this 5th issue here. Something to be said for the covers. The covers have all been really great. It's a pretty light story, so nothing crazy. This is, I guess partially in promotion of the game.
Yeah, definitely.
And but yeah, it's been a fun run. I'm excited to see how they wrap it up. And we got this very fun ragtag team that has to basically stop this mystical apocalypse from coming. So yeah.
Hopefully Nico gets her powers back by the end of this.
Hopefully she figures out some good spells or something.
Yeah, because this entire series so far, she's just kind of been a damsel in distress, which is not really does not fit her character at all.
Not fun. But Spirit Rider's been really cool.
Yeah.
She's definitely been a highlight of the book for me.
Best part of the book for me.
Yeah. So yeah, excited to see how this wraps up.
Do you think I'm calling it now? I feel like they're going to turn Agatha Harkness young and evil to get her to match the MCU, and I feel like that's her on the cover now.
Oh well, that's a very very good prediction, I would say.
Yeah. So I'm guessing that.
Yeah. Weird.
Next up for me is Inferno Girl Red. We actually had a preview of this back at the what was it called? Back in the little one-shot Supermassive back from 2022, where Kyle Higgins basically showed off that he's starting a universe within the Radiant Black universe with Rogue Sun, and obviously this one, which is Infernal Girl Red. It's almost like a take on Power Rangers, but and since Kyle Higgins is very, very well known for writing Power Rangers, I have complete faith in him. But yeah, no, I'm actually excited to see where this goes because one, the costume is sick, and from what I can read, it seems like pretty fun.
Cool. Next up for me is Doctor Strange Fall Sunrise number 3. This is a beautiful series thus far by Trad Moore, writing, doing the art, lettering, and cover art as well. Doing it all. Really beautiful Doctor Strange book. If you're just looking for a light read that has really enjoyable art, definitely check this out. It's always a pleasure to see Trad stretches limbs.
I got lost in the eyes of Trad Moore. If you look at his creator profile real quick.
Why is that his picture?
Yeah, his picture is just staring into my soul.
Bro.
It's just really funny. I was like looking at that while you were talking. I was like, wow, this is truly this is a picture, all right.
Yeah. But yeah, if you're looking for a non-lore heavy, just like a good Doctor Strange adventure, very solid, very abstract, definitely check out Fall Sunrise. It's definitely worth your time.
Next up for me is Action Comics 1051 with this amazing cover featuring the entire Super family. I'm really excited to see where this goes because not only are we getting Con-El, Superboy, we're getting Supergirl, Jonathan Kent. We're also getting I always forget his name. Ken and Kong. We're getting Ken and Kong back as the Superman of China.
Yep.
And then we're also getting Steel, Natasha Irons as Steel.
I'm hyped for
plus
that.
the two kids that Superman is taking care of right now. So
Yeah.
I'm really excited to see where it's going to go, because we finally have everyone's identity back. We kind of have everyone in a safe spot. Status quo is this is a good status quo, I think, especially because Philip Kennedy Johnson has always stated that he wanted to focus on family. So I love a huge giant Superman family. It's pretty fun.
Yeah. Very excited to see what they do with all these characters. And also at the end of 1050, there was a little teaser of, I think, was that the Earth 2 Superman in the
Yes, I
blue suit?
believe so.
Yeah, so I'll be curious to see if they bring him in too. That'll be nice to see. We haven't seen him in a while.
Yeah.
But yeah, excited to see where this goes.
I think who I'm most excited for is definitely Ken and Kong, though, because I love that Justice League of China
Yeah, he's really cool, and
book.
he hasn't gotten a spotlight in a while.
Yeah, he got screwed over once they canceled like a bunch of comics.
Yeah, basically.
What's next for you?
Next up for me is Justice Society of America #2. This has been a really fun book so far. Jeff Johns is taking these characters in a cool direction. I love anything that is focused around Doctor Fate and the Helmet of Fate. So this is yet another cool tale that really deals with the fate of the helmet. Um, but yeah, really excited to see where this keeps going, and I hope that this continues.
What'd you think of the cliffhanger of issue 1?
Um, it was cool. I think it's effective to keep a new audience invested in
Helena.
these older characters and to keep them invested in Helena. That's right, Helena. That's her name. Um, and yeah, I have high hopes for this book for sure.
She really just saw everyone in front of her die. He was like, "Fuck." Well,
Yeah, I mean it's just as brutal as what the Golden Age special was too. So
yeah, he really hinted at it, and I was just not expecting them to all just be dead so quickly.
yeah, it's got high stakes,
Yeah.
which is cool.
Next up for me is Human Target number 11. Almost close to the end. We are getting this really sick cover, almost in a different style completely than what we're used to. Very painterly, very scratchy almost.
Yeah, this is the penultimate issue.
Yeah, we finally learned that it was that Frost faked.
Ice faked
Sorry,
guy's death.
Ice faked. Ice Frost.
It's okay, we're a
So
little
many-
rusty.
Yeah, that faked Guy Gardner's death completely, and I'm guessing that I've been right all along that she is the one that poisoned Lex Luthor, and I think that this will finally see Ice either being held accountable or Chase forgiving her, and I feel like this issue is going to end with him dying, quote unquote. I'm going to put huge quotes right there, because I don't think he's actually going to die.
Yeah,
I think the whole there's no antidote or anything is bullshit. I feel like he's probably trained his body enough to like just avoid any
well,
poisons.
I don't know about that. I think there might be an antidote available. I think that would be the only twist. But he's they've shown that he's physically impacted by this poison.
Sure. But also him going to the Green Lantern Oa, like when he opened the book, he looked a lot at what his life.
Yeah.
And the thing is that they couldn't figure out what the poison was in the original. That's the reason why they could never find an antidote.
Right.
If the book is as accurate, if the book is as accurate as it says, then it should have the poison, the name of the poison that Chance is currently poisoned by.
Right.
So that'll be interesting to see whether or not it
Yeah.
actually
11
has all
was
the info.
Yeah. 11 was an odd issue, but I think
You mean 10?
sorry, 10. But I'm excited to see how they wrap it up. I mean, it was an odd but fun issue, but definitely not a twist I was expecting. So Ice has some explaining to do, I guess is the best way to put it. So next up for me, I got Junkyard Joe number 4. Um, I was telling Lucas I didn't love 3 because it was focusing a lot on the neighbors, but you know, I enjoyed the humanity that they gave Joe. You know, even further in the book, and I hope. I was also surprised to not even see the people who were pursuing Joe.
Well, we saw them
In
a little
3
bit,
either. Not in
didn't we?
3. No,
Not at the gas station at all.
that was at the end of 2.
Oh yeah, you're right.
So
Fuck.
I was just kind of surprised that there were a whole issue, and I thought they were like in the vicinity, so I was expecting them to confront him. Maybe even at the end, but yeah, I just you know, I think this issue will get a little more intense, and I'm excited to see what is up with those people pursuing him, and if we're gonna get any more flashbacks to the war as well.
Yeah, this cover is creepy as fuck too.
Yeah, I like this cover.
I also like how like it's reflected, but it's distorted. The house,
Hmm.
like
It's not a
it could
perfect
have.
reflection,
Yeah, exactly. It could have easily have been,
right?
but like he didn't.
Yeah,
Gary Frank didn't do that, which I honestly appreciate. Gary Frank's art for this book has been top notch, to
yeah,
be completely honest.
it's great.
So yeah, um,
I love
let's see where this goes.
the lines that he draws on his faces.
Yeah,
He has a lot of personality with a
yeah.
lot of good line work.
If you ever read Doomsday Clock, I highly recommend it solely because of the art. Like the art
He did.
is
I didn't
top
know he
notch.
did Doomsday Clock. That's cool.
Yeah, that's why Jeff Johns chose him to work with him because yeah, he's just a consistent artist.
Nice. Very cool. What's your last pick?
My last pick is Sins of Sinister. I am really excited for this event. We are full steam ahead with Fall of X, this new era that's going to be starting soon. And this has been building up. Kieran Gillian has been building this up slowly but surely. And last Immortal X-Men issue, we had the shocking reveal that Charles is either has been the entire time or is currently being controlled by Sinister. Which is wild. I personally am of the theory that when the reason why he killed the Quiet Council is because when he killed them, he corrupted their saves with his personality. That's my personal theory. And that's why he killed them, was not to delay resurrection, but to make them resurrect again, but like with his programming.
I think that's fair. The one thing that sort of confused me was when Charles came out of the egg. He didn't have like he wasn't clearly controlled by Sinister. I don't know if that was just a visual thing at the end, like they put the diamond on his head.
I think
or
it
whatever.
might have been a visual thing, to be
It
honest.
was just like, oh look, here's the twist, but visually. I guess that's what they were doing. It seems kind of weird to me that he would still be able to just pop out of the egg, and he was right back to it too. He was like, we have to do this to neutralize Sinister. Like he was right back into it. So I thought that was a little odd that there was no sign of him being altered in any way.
Yeah.
And also we still haven't met the final, suit Sinister.
Yeah, the heart.
So I don't know. I mean, obviously they'll do it in the event, but
yeah.
But yeah,
we met clubs, spades.
The focus on Destiny has been really great in the Immortal book, and it showed a lot of cool possible futures for the X-Men. So yeah, very excited to see how this event unfolds.
Yeah, and building this off of issue number, I believe it was 9, where you got to see Sinister before he became Sinister.
Yeah.
Was like really interesting because it really makes you actually invested in the character as like how he was.
Yeah.
And
I think
like
that was 8 with you're talking about the Sherlock issue.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was cool. That was very cool.
But it's very interesting to see basically him be like almost like a Jekyll and Hyde situation.
Yeah.
Where and I'm wondering if that's why he split himself up into suits. To further like limit himself the danger he could cause.
Yeah, it's interesting because once he died in that version, I'm surprised that he would have four backups,
Yeah.
and they don't seem to have coordinated in any way.
Yeah, which is wild.
So yeah, again, there's a lot of questions that need to be answered.
Yeah.
But yeah, very excited to see where this goes.
Also, I love the synopsis. The universe melting X event begins here in a horror timeline that makes Age of of Apocalypse look like the X Men swimsuit special.
Yeah, it's good.
But yeah, it should be interesting. And I mean, hey, Sinister is one of the funniest fucking characters.
Yeah,
His inner monologue is always hilarious to read. Kieran Gillian has a perfect voice for him.
yeah, definitely. So yeah, my final pick for this week is Thor number 30. This is a very cool Thor arc. I'm really enjoying where this is going. The Legacy of Thanos. Torrin Grönbeck has fully taken over the Thor book, and Nick Klein is still, in full force. I really love him for Thor. I think he does a really good job of drawing this kind of grittier, darker era of Thor.
Like regal Thor, very.
He does well. I feel like he does a good job of sort of showing Thor's despair in a lot of moments, and just it's a more gritty art style for Thor
Yeah.
than we usually would get. So I think that's really cool. But yeah, so Corvus Glaive is has kidnapped Thor's sister, and he's kind of doing all the heavy lifting, I guess, for Thanos right now. Really excited to see how this unfolds and how we end up at the point of Thanos having a black gauntlet and a zombie army. It's going to be pretty crazy.
I didn't even know that Thor had a sister, to be completely honest.
Yeah, it was. Well, besides Angela, this is, I guess, a more recent thing.
Yeah, I knew Angela was like a thing that they brought over because of copyright, but
Yeah.
I didn't realize that he had another sibling. So
She was definitely forgotten.
yeah, it's interesting to say the least. I mean, Corvus is being quite smart, surprisingly enough.
It's cool. I think the Black Order are usually just a minion thing that people have to fight before they get to Thanos, but I think that the characters themselves have a lot of interesting features that they don't really get to delve into, at least since like Infinity, I feel like.
Yeah,
So this is cool to see.
where they got like killed off so quickly. At least some of them.
Yeah, but Infinity kind of gave you a closer look at the characters, which I thought was nice.
Yeah, sure. Like Midnight Proxima, Corvus, Ebony
Yeah.
Maw.
Proxima Midnight, yeah. But yeah, this is a really cool arc, and I'm really excited to read this. But yeah, this has been our weekly polls for the 25th. The big event is Sins of Sinister, and there's some sister books to it as well.
Yeah, Brotherhood of Mutants and etc., which should be very fun.
So very excited to see how this goes. There's a lot of events for Marvel planned this year, as we saw on the Timeless special, and as we saw
that was
in
a
Destiny's
really good
Visions.
special.
Yeah. So very curious to see how this year unfolds. We're gonna have a lot of events running on top of each other as well. Even a bigger thing, like I feel like Punisher and Daredevil's, war that they're gonna have isn't gonna have like an actual event. It's just gonna be something that's gonna be between those two books.
But yeah, no, this year has a lot of promise. Honestly, I mean, everything from Jed McKay now picking up the Avengers book to, I mean, Punisher and Daredevil's books are both amazing. To even like on the DC front, we have Action Comics. We're having Green Arrow finally get a Green Arrow family officially, and plus we're getting Batman. With really good Batman stories with Detective Comics and the normal Batman book.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a strong year, honestly.
A lot to look forward to.
Yeah, exactly. But anyway, this has been the Cosmic Panel. Hope you guys have enjoyed. We are back. And hopefully you guys have been enjoying your little break, your little Christmas, little holidays. And yeah, remember to like, subscribe, support your local comic shop, and read comics. See ya.